Guys, how you doing in social mediaville? It's another episode of Random Incoherent Ramblings with old Uncle JP. I am a night guard and I am in the cut and I'm going to be in the dark. So bear with me. My channel is more of an audio book than anything visually exciting because that's too nefarious for YouTube. So anyway, I was just watching something about really scary noises like in the woods. Pretty cool shit, right? So it reminded me of a story. This really happened. It doesn't sound very interesting unless you were there. And then also I'm going to cover a story. I'm just going to start documenting things that's happened to me, like sleep paralysis. I was a unfortunate recipient of sleep paralysis and other like paranormal fucking anomalies and shit like my whole life, probably starting at age somewhere around give or take 5. So scary noises, right? So when I was young, me and a bunch of friends, pardon me, the way I speak, I probably have Asperger's. I have so many windows open in my brain of tangents. So it's like I never fucking beat around the bush. I'm trying to conjure all this detail. So anyway, me and a bunch of friends, and namely this one guy. His name was Steve, and he was a different kind of cat, man. This guy was really brave, and he was really weird, and he was a good guy. Just the way he would think, his philosophical mind, his fucking idiosyncrasies, his like too quiet demeanor. He's just a different kind of dude. So, fucking probably 10 or 20 people going, and we're gonna go. We're gonna go to this abandoned house, and to me, I don't think it sounds that spectacular because it's in the middle of this field. It was pretty adventurous, but the funny thing is, okay, so we get there with like 2 or 3 cars, and I remember like some buddies in one of the cars. I just remember them about to start a fight with some other people in a car that sped off, and then eventually we all parked there and we're in front of that field. And I shit you not, man, I don't care about getting monetized or anything. All my stories are as true as I could fucking depict them verbally. And we get out, and I'm like, dude, do you hear that? I'm not joking. You really hear it? You can't tell if it's like a human. You can't tell if it's an animal. I'm like, dude, it's like someone being tortured. I don't remember if I called out to. I don't think so. I think we're just listening. Then all of a sudden, you hear like 20 or 200 coyotes, just like right when we get there. And that's just really ironic. And wow, we came at a right time to hear something weird. And then that thing wasn't there no more. So it's a good time to go in that field and go to that house. So that weird dude's in front. I'm right behind him, probably 10 or 20 feet. I guess he's the bravest. And so he survived getting jumped and changed his life in Vegas. His like biggest accomplishment in his life, and it was that. Like, they didn't get my wallet, and just made him extremely brave. And we're in the abandoned house. It looks all creepy and ugly and shit, and everybody's being too loud, walking really, really far behind us, and they're not even really into I don't even think they're really into the hike. And they're just talking amongst themselves, and then I got to kind of show off by carrying this cute chick, like piggyback style, across this field, and I was really fucking fit. Because it was like a lot of brush and shit. Luckily I was wearing pants that day because I usually wear shorts. Yeah. Sleep paralysis now. I really wish these things would let me have more than 15 minutes at a time so I could tell you like I always talk about this fucking shadow thing that I guess is the Hat Man before I even heard of the Hat Man. So growing up, especially living alone a lot. Parents always gone and shit. I would always have like the what they call foreboding presences, and man, I'm pretty pissed off. Who the fuck used so many chemicals? Man, I was eating at this restaurant right now, and I feel like it burned my throat because they're using so much fucking bleach. The clean shit. God, I hope I'm okay. Yeah, man. So, fucking shadow thing, dude. I talk about it fucking way too much, man. And so anyway. Just when sleep paralysis first happened to me, I remember my next door neighbors. They were the couple. The male was give or take 40 years old. His wife was give or take 30. I'm like 16 at that time, and they're having me over and stuff. And his wife is showing me this picture of her kid that's taking a picture in front of the house she grew up, and there's like a smudge in the background, a white smudge, and she's claiming it's paranormal. And she was right that if you look at it closely, it did look like a skull on a Native American headdress. So I'm kind of creeping each other out, talking about stuff like that, and I go back to my apartment, which I later learned that my apartment supposedly, I guess ostensibly somebody died of a drug overdose in it 6 months before I moved in. And I've been living there for like a year, so why the fuck didn't that shit pop off, you know? So I used to go to sleep a lot at that time to a CD from an album. The album is called Seventh Son of a Seventh Son from Iron Maiden. And I just remember like the very first time I had sleep paralysis. Yeah, I wake up, I'm sleeping, and I realize I'm conscious. And at first, I guess it's like a nuisance, like, oh man, you know, I can't sleep or what. And then I'm like, wait, I can't move. So I'm in this limbo of that I'm fully awake and I could crack my eye open a little bit, but I can't move. So I got two options. I could ignore this and go to sleep because I'm tired, or I could fight this and wake up. And then I start thinking, this is weird. If I give into this and just go back to sleep, am I gonna die? This is fucking weird. I'm gonna fight this and try to jolt myself awake. So eventually I jolt myself awake. And that's that. And then I just kind of started noticing, like, you know, it's kind of an occult album. It's really, really dark, and I live alone. And then I guess the first thing that pops in your mind is, it's not that bad. I live in an apartment complex, you know, like, I can scream and eventually someone will hear me, right? So, you know, it was weird. And then, like, I don't know, next night or two that it happened, I was like, this is starting to get annoying, and this is fucked up, you know, and it's starting to freak me out now. Then it started escalating until, like, when I'm in that limbo I was talking about, you start having nightmares. Like, yeah, it ain't good, dude. And then you start, like, you know, crying out to Jesus to help you, and how many seconds that it works. You jump up, you put on the Christian channel, you turn on all the lights, and you just kind of sit there and go, what the fuck? And you have to go to sleep with the lights on and shit. I lost so much sleep as a fucking teenager with my parents bitching at me about fucking school and shit, man. I could never fucking wake up on time to go to fucking school, dude. I had to go to fucking summer school all the damn time. And like an idiot, like it would be like 3 p.m. the next day, and you kind of just shrug it off, and all your angst and depression of whatever girl problems, whatever you're going through that drags you back down to being cynical, swims back in your head, and you're like, oh no, that was in my mind. You know, I've been trying to confide those foreboding presences and stuff with my parents ever since I was 5 years old. They practically called me a bitch. And fucking walk it off. So I was just kind of like that with myself, like, oh man, it's nothing, it's just in my mind. And it started escalating to the point. I mean, dude, I remember fucking feeling something like crawling on the bed, and I mean, you want to know what your reaction is to that? Oh my God, Jesus, please, oh my God, be good. Oh. Like fucking horrific, man. Yeah. And then I remember at 22 years old, one day, I don't know if this is all the same episode. One night, wake up, I can't fucking pop up, and I notice like, the room is like kind of glowing. Like imagine a full moon, like it's so luminescent, even though it's dark. Like it's like bluish, and there's like some half television sets, half owl, with huge ass eyes. And I don't even have a TV in that room. I don't have any furniture. Just sleep on the floor. See, like, so it's like eyes are like illuminating the room, and I don't want to look at that thing. I'm trying to get away from it, and my psyche is telling me if I could crawl, because I could barely move. Every time I had the sleep paralysis, you feel like you could barely budge. And when I had a bed, I felt like if I could just roll off the side of the bed and hit the ground, I would knock myself awake. For some reason, that was my rationale. So, right in the 22 years old thing with the owl, I feel like if I crawl to my roommate's fucking room to ask for help, and I feel like I kind of mumble, So I can feel, I don't know if this is like a lucid dream in reverse or astral projection in reverse, but I could feel myself crawling in that hallway. I could feel the carpet on my face, the car kind of drooling on it, and itching forward to my roommate's room to try to help me. And then I have this dream. Where I'm back in this apartment when I was like 10 or 11 years old in San Bernardino, a 2-story apartment. And in this dream, I remember seeing this camcorder in the middle of a room. I pick it up, and in this camcorder, like I'm all rockered out, man. I look like fucking rock and roll Tarzan, dude. I'm like ripped and shredded, and I got long hair, and I'm making a bunch of crowds laugh in this video. And like I'm being very like what they call coarse jesting, or like very uncouth and bad jokes or whatever's going on. And then I go like upstairs in the bathroom, and I look in the mirror, and then I see myself as when I was a really young kid, before like testosterone and puberty kick in. I'm all funky looking, and I'm like preaching like the gospel and stuff. Then I wake up, and I don't remember what I probably couldn't sleep the rest of the night. That shit, whatever the hell happened. I'm standing in line at like a 99-cent store the next day, and I see this thing called Book of Dreams. I grab the book, I open it. I go to the glossary, and it happens to say house, like what this dream means if you're fucking flying, what this dream means if you see this and that. So the glossary is all about like what does a dream about a house mean. So I look at it, and it says the house represents you, and the different rooms represent different aspects of your personality. So I was like, whoa. So anyway, guys, yep, that is the gist. I've had more episodes of sleep paralysis, so I can get into detail about fucking shit I saw. I fucking accidentally left out right now, somewhere around 16 years old. I started seeing like a shadow, like starting to come into fruition or like materialize, like in the way of the bathroom. Oh man, and like red eyes starting to. Then the crazy thing is like years and years and years later, I look up these stories of people having very likewise or worse. Talk about when you pop up, not walk in the opposite direction of whatever the hell you think you saw in the dead dark. Oh my God, something just clicked. I'm gonna go on a patrol, guys. I don't know what the hell that noise was. I hope that wasn't something with my transmission. So anyway, guys, God bless you. Oh yeah, I just thought I'd say the name of Jesus real quick, and to make fun of any malevolent entities that would try to plague you or me. Wish me luck. I don't know what the fuck clicked between my fucking thing right here with my transmission. I hope everything's good. God bless you.